Hi guys, welcome back to the Casual Watch Review channel. In this week's episode, we're looking at an Omega Seamaster, and this is the Michael Phelps Limited Edition. This has got to be one of the quirkiest Omega watches that I think I've ever seen, certainly that I've ever reviewed on the channel. This was kindly lent to me by the guys at Bob's Watches, so this watch is still for sale on their website. It's a very quirky Seamaster. It's got a very unique color scheme, so we'll be doing a full review of this watch. It's also a chronograph as well. I don't know how I feel about a Planet Ocean having a chronograph, but anyway. What we'll do is we'll flip the camera around, we'll do a full review, and then let me know what you think at the end of this upload.
Here we have the Omega Planet Ocean. It's a 600-meter dive watch, and it was a limited edition of 280 pieces. It was created to commemorate Michael Phelps, who up to this point is the greatest Olympian that's ever lived in terms of medal wins. But before we jump into the full review, let's get those all-important measurements sorted. I think it's fair to say this is a little on the larger side. It has a case diameter of 45.5 millimeters, lug to lug of 52 millimeters. This integrated band and lugs are 22 millimeters, and it has a thickness of 19.1 millimeters. We'll be doing a wrist shot later on just so you can see its wrist presence overall. What I also found interesting was this is anti-magnetic as well, so this is anti-magnetic to the 15,000 Gauss. Concentrating on the dial, I'm a big fan of this colour scheme. The white and the blue contrast very well together with the flash of orange. Those fantastic subdials hands just speak of vintage dive watches like the Omega Pro Ploth. We have the continuous second hand, and then on the other side, it's hard to see here, we have an orange hand for the minutes, and then there's a smaller blue hand underneath for the hours. At the bottom of the dial, we can see that ZR02 here, just underneath the hands. It looks very faint here, as if I've watermarked the footage. But this is to denote that zirconium ceramic that they use for the bezel, and we'll have a look at that shortly. We can see Seamaster here in orange, applied indices throughout, applied Omega logo. We've got master chronometer coaxial movement. This uses the caliber 9900 chronometer coaxial movement from Omega. But I guess it's just interesting to see a chronometer movement in a Planet Ocean traditional dive watch, and a 600-meter dive watch in this case. I'm sure they think it is because Michael Phelps is more a famous swimmer than he is a diver, and a chronometer suits that kind of timing the swimming races idea. Moving around to the bezel, and it's certainly hard to argue that this isn't a distinctive bezel. This is using Omega's ceramic zirconium technology. The blue part is ceramic, but the orange part that's inlaid here is rubber. Moving around to the back here, we have a display case, which is surprising on a 600-meter diver. We can see that limited edition and the Omega caliber 9900 with the decoration on the rotor and the movement here. Moving around to the pushers on the side, I do like this blue surround they have. Now, these look like they're screw-in pushers. They have that kind of knurling on them, but I couldn't unscrew them. I think it's just part of the decoration of the watch. The bezel itself has a very smooth action, as you'd expect of a watch of this caliber. Very smooth and easy to operate. Moving around to the side, we can see that 19mm thickness and that very distinctive helium escape valve for any of the saturation divers that might be buying this watch. And it goes without saying, it has a very distinctive integrated rubber band here with the orange and that flash of blue and the almost textured effect to the rubber, if it's supposed to mimic carbon fiber or some other nylon type texture, but it is all rubber, this band. Here we have it on the wrist. If you like larger watches, I think this is an excellent choice. It's very light and very comfortable, and honestly I was surprised about that when I first saw it, because it does look a lot heavier and chunkier than it actually is when you wear it. In summary, this is a very quirky Omega. I think you'd have to be a massive Michael Phelps fan or a big fan of the colour scheme to invest in this watch. It originally retailed for $8,200, but they have gone up in price. This one is currently for sale pre-owned at Bob's Watches for $9,300. Anyway, let's go back to the studio.
There was my review of that Michael Phelps Omega Seamaster. What did you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below. I'm sure it's going to divide opinion. If you want to contact me directly, you can contact me on any of these social media links here or over at thecasualwatchreviewer@gmail.com. I always say this, but if this is the first video of mine that you're watching, I'd love it if you hit that subscribe button and then the little bell icon. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. It's the easiest way that you can help the channel. As always, I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next time on the Casual Watch Review channel. Thanks, guys. Bye.